the last delivery to nowhere. I used to work as a pizza delivery driver during my sophomore year of college. It was an easy job, mostly just driving around listening to music and getting free food. I never felt unsafe in my small town until one rainy Tuesday night in November. It was 11:55 p.m., just 5 minutes before closing time. The phone rang. My boss groaned but answered it. It was a huge order 5 extra large pizzas. The address was for a house way out on the edge of town, near the old logging roads. I begged my boss not to make me go. I was tired and the rain was pouring down. But he insisted, saying the order was worth over $100. Reluctantly, I grabbed the thermal bags, got into my beat-up sedan, and started the engine. The drive took about 20 minutes. As soon as I left the main highway, the streetlights disappeared. I was driving down a narrow gravel road surrounded by tall, dense pine trees. The only light came from my headlights, cutting through the heavy rain. My GPS finally said, "You have arrived." I slowed down and looked out the window. The house was an old, 2-story wooden structure. It looked abandoned. The paint was peeling, and the windows were dark. There was no car in the driveway and, crucially, no porch light. Our company policy was simple: no porch light, do not get out of the car. But I was young and stupid, and I just wanted to deliver the food and go home. I grabbed the heavy pizza bags and ran through the rain to the front porch. I knocked on the door. The sound echoed, but nobody answered. That's when I noticed something strange. The front door wasn't latched. It was slightly ajar, open just a tiny crack. A cold draft hit my face. "Hello, pizza delivery," I yelled. Still silence. I felt a knot form in my stomach. I pulled out my cell phone and dialed the number printed on the receipt. I pressed the phone to my ear, listening to the ringing tone. Then, I heard a sound that made my blood freeze. I heard a phone ringing, but it wasn't coming from inside the house. The electronic melody was coming from the thick bushes behind me, right next to where I had parked my car. The customer wasn't in the house. They were outside, watching me. I slowly turned around, dropping the pizza bags on the wet porch. Suddenly, blindingly bright headlights turned on from the side of the detached garage. A black pickup truck had been idling there in the dark, waiting. 2 men stepped out of the truck's shadows. They were wearing dark clothes and holding something long in their hands. It looked like tire irons or baseball bats. They didn't say a word. They just started sprinting toward the porch where I was standing. Panic took over. I didn't think. I just reacted. I leaped off the side of the porch, bypassing the stairs, and scrambled to my car. My hands were shaking so hard I almost dropped my keys. I heard heavy boots splashing in the mud behind me. I jumped into the driver's seat and slammed the lock button just as a hand grabbed the door handle. I didn't wait to turn the car around. I threw it into reverse and slammed on the gas pedal, tires spinning wildly on the wet gravel. I drove backwards down that dark road for what felt like a mile before I dared to turn around. I didn't stop driving until I reached a brightly lit gas station on the main highway. I sat there for an hour, just breathing. I called the police, and they went to check the address. The house was empty. The truck and the men were gone. The only thing they found were the 5 pizzas, soggy and ruined on the porch. The phone number used to place the order was a fake. I quit my job the next morning. I don't know what they wanted: my car, my money, or something worse. But I learned a valuable lesson that night. If the house is dark and the vibe is wrong, just drive away. No tip is worth your life.